Welcome to Marshalltown's 97th annual commencement ceremony. Before we begin, please take a moment to silence your cell phones. Thank you. Now please stand for the singing of our national anthem, performed by the Marshalltown High School National Anthem Singers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. First, let's give a special thanks to the Marshalltown High School singers. Wonderful job. My name is Matt Schmidt, and I have the privilege of serving as Provost of MCC this evening. It is an honor to welcome you, our 2025 graduates, your family and friends, our faculty and staff, to this wonderful celebration. I would like to take a moment to recognize some special guests on stage this evening. First, Iowa Valley Community College District Governing Board Director, Ms. Deborah Jones. Iowa Valley Community College District President, Dr. Ann Hauser-Boynes. Dean of Academic Affairs at MCC, Mary Ann Nickel. Dean of Iowa Valley Grinnell, Ashton Beek. And Faculty Senate President, Brian Agnich. Thank you for sharing this evening with us. Marshalltown Community College prides itself on being a military-friendly college. This evening, we acknowledge the extra dedication our graduates who have served in the U.S. military with their wearing the red, white, and blue honor cord. Would our active military service and veteran graduates please stand for your recognition? Would all active, reserve, and veterans in the audience please stand? Thank you all for your service. Graduates of Marshalltown Community College, today marks more than a ceremony. It's a celebration of your determination, your growth, the countless hours you invested to arrive at this defining moment. Each of you has faced challenges, some expected and many unplanned, yet here you stand, resilient, capable, and ready to take the next bold step. At MCC, we believe in the power of education to transform lives, and your journey is proof that commitment, courage, and community can shape a brighter future. Whether your path leads to further education, a new career, or a cause that ignites your passion, know that your foundation here is strong and enduring. Tonight, we are recognizing an amazing and diverse group of individuals. For some of you, the journey began directly after high school graduation. There are even a few of you who are about to walk across the stage before your high school graduation. And for others, it's been an indirect path that has included raising a family and pursuing a previous career before your time at MCC. This evening, we are recognizing 345 graduates who are receiving credentials. Remarkable, really it is. As you walk into the world and beyond these halls, remember that success is not defined by titles or salaries, but the impact you make and the integrity you carry. Lead with empathy, stay curious, and never stop learning, because the world needs thoughtful doers, kind leaders, and voices that uplift. You've earned more than a degree. You've earned the confidence to dream bigger, the strength to persevere, and the wisdom to guide others. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are and always will be a part of the MCC family. Now, Ashton Beek, our Dean of Iowa Valley Grinnell, will introduce one of our commencement speakers.
Good evening. I have the honor to introduce the first of three student speakers tonight. Tanner Reiner has attended Marshalltown Community College over the past 2 years and has completed his AAS in computer networking. Alongside academics, Tanner has played on the Esports team and has gone on to win third place nationally in Division I for the game Hearthstone. While playing for the Esports program, he also worked as the Esports team manager, helping to ensure that nothing burned down while the coaches weren't looking. He has also participated in both Sword Club and the LGBTQ+ club, helping to build the community at MCC. After MCC, he plans on attending the University of Northern Iowa to study English with intentions of becoming a professor. Please help me in welcoming Tanner Reiner.
Hey, gang. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart that introduction was great. I did write it, so if anybody asks you what higher education is, it is getting the tassel on your cap stuck in your mouth every 5 minutes. But seriously, I want to thank everybody for being here, for helping me celebrate the class of 2025. I'm going to talk at you for 6 minutes and introduce some more truly great people to come speak after me. And if you don't like what I have to say, they should have picked you. They picked me, so. College of any sort was the most common path I noticed my friends and peers take after completing high school. For other people, working a job or focusing on artistic pursuits was their life's calling. For me, I took a gap year after high school, and then a gap year after that, and then one after that. I took a lot of gap years, is what I'm getting at, but that's not important. The important thing is that my time post-high school was filled with hardships and considerable rough patches that set my path to returning to school further and further until I was convinced I'd be stuck activating phones at Target for geezers until my mind was stripped of ambition. It's not like I didn't want to go back to school or like I didn't have a solid group of friends telling me that I could do it. Yeah, I could go back to school and I could make something of myself. But the thing is that I didn't really believe in myself at that time that I could do it. Especially in high school. I mean, I was a terrible student. I cut class all the time. I drew graffiti on bathroom walls. Overall, I just spent too much time as a misanthropic little shit. I mean, that's all anybody does in high school. But I languished under my own malaise for almost 6 years while I kept telling myself that college just wasn't in the cards for me. I would say before high school, or before college rather, there were two catalysts that set me on the path to continuing education. One good and one sad, admittedly. Before I came here, my best friend of many years, Nick Goforth, had set out to return to school just before I did. Nick and I couldn't be more different people in terms of our personalities and interests, but despite that, we've maintained a bond that I cherish over anything. Getting choked up, sorry gang. Seeing him go back to school after working a dead-end retail job like myself really set things into perspective. I couldn't just sit by and let myself be soaked in apathy for my entire life. I wanted to go out and do something for myself. The other event that I would say set me back on this path was the loss of my mother. She had always told me that despite our situation and despite my own negative feedback loop, that I should go back to school. She was one of my biggest inspirations to go back to school, and I recall every time this year and last that I second-guessed myself or thought that school wasn't for me, I remember that I promised myself to do it for her and for all the people who pushed me to continue down this path. Dr. Andrew Goforth, and most of all people, told me that I had a penchant for education and for English specifically, and how much he thought that I should pursue it. So, with that in mind, I started my first year at MCC as a computer networking student. Jarring shift, I know. But the reason why I went into it is I felt like it was something that I could pursue, and most of all, my friend Nick had told me that the instructor, Rob Buchwald, was one of the best, and he didn't let me down at all. Rob is one of the most passionate and one of the most patient professors that we have at MCC. And, you know, I just have hardly met anybody who's as dedicated to his program as Rob is. I'm going to sincerely miss our conversations talking about 80s punk and ska music all the time after class. Being 24 at the start of my first year made me feel like an outcast compared to my peers. I was beginning to feel like perhaps I made an error trying to pursue college in person. It's that evil behind self-comparison that steals the most of your free mental space, though. Luckily, I was able to break down those barriers and connect with those around me and become more than just a dude in his mid-20s going to community college. I was a dude in his mid-20s going to community college who realized that I was finally, for the first time, in the right place, on the right path to start my life. It's not about how you get there or when you get there, it's just about getting there. I would be remiss if I didn't also mention my involvement with the Esports program here at MCC. If you are in any way tied to the Esports program, whether that is a player or a faculty member, please stand up. I gotta embarrass you guys one time before you guys go away. Please, any Esports players, let's give it a round of applause. You know, with the Esports program, it really gave me a place to, it gave me a community to foster some really great things. It helped everybody academically and socially. I would say that the connections that I made at Esports are one of the key parts of success here at MCC. And I cannot thank enough Dr. Goforth, Professor Nate Rodemeyer, and Coach Peter Zach, and everybody in the Esports program. Thank you for pushing me and lifting me up here at my time at MCC. And thank you for bringing some gold home to MCC. I have a few more names that I would love to real quick shout out. Of course, if I was going to list everybody, we'd be here for a couple hours, I'd say, to get comfortable. But a few more names. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my older brother, Troy, for being there to consistently push me forward and tell me that I could do whatever I set my mind to. I want to thank my older brother, Travis, for letting me store all my shit in his garage. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. My older sister, Tara, for taking care of my cat. Really appreciate that one while I'm away at school. And I want to thank my mom and my other brother, Taylor, for being in my heart always and for watching over me. In addition, I want to thank my second family, the Goforths. Without them, I definitely wouldn't be here either. I want to specifically thank Carolyn Goforth for being like a second mother to me and for year after year pushing me to fill out my FAFSA and go back to school. In addition, I want to thank Zach and Abby as well and all the other people with the Goforths too for being here for me and for pushing me forward. I want to also thank any of my friends, those who are my chosen family, specifically my best pals, Im and Noah, for really keeping me sane this last year at MCC. I want to thank Professor Amy Schmidt and Dr. Charlene Summers for helping me refine this dumpster garbage of a speech and believing in my work academically and my ability. And I just want to thank anybody here at the college who I've shared a joke with or shared a heartfelt conversation with. You're lumped into this as well. Ending a speech with a quote is pretty cliche, but so are graduation speeches, so I'm going to do it anyways. This speech, or this quote in particular, really pays homage to music, as it's the one source of quiet company that doesn't judge. In my time before MCC, I would compare myself to the accomplishments of my peers in a self-destructive pissing contest that left me feeling like I was wasting time while people my age were growing up. This song, Get Old Forever by Jeff Rosenstock, has taught me that no matter what pace I'm going at, time keeps moving anyways. Jeff Rosenstock writes, "When your friends are buying starter homes with their accomplishments, drinking at a house show can feel childish and embarrassing. With people glaring because, despite what advertisements said, malt liquor doesn't make you young. Breathe in deep and debride your life. Stale regrets are a waste of time. Only one thing remains secure, that we all get old together and we all get old forever." And it's true. We all get older, and time keeps cutting forwards, but that's okay. As I wrap up my time with MCC, I will continue down this path towards higher education at the University of Northern Iowa, where I will finally take Dr. Goforth's advice and pursue English in the fall, with hopes of becoming a professor so I can follow in the footsteps of the faculty that have inspired me here. I'm excited to follow this with newfound optimism and worry less about the optics of my age or feelings of not belonging. I appreciate everything that MCC has done for me as a starting point and as a place where I could join a community and help build it. I want to say good luck to the class of 2025 because I know some of you guys and you're going to need it. And on behalf of non-trads everywhere and myself, thank you, MCC. Now I will go ahead and introduce our next speaker. At Marshalltown Community College, Madeline studied English and will be transferring to the Eugene Lang College of Liberal Arts this fall with a double major in literary studies and journalism. For the past 2 years, she has been involved in on-campus leadership, serving as the chapter president of our Phi Theta Kappa chapter, president of our Overbooked Book Club, and as student representative on multiple committees. As a professional procrastinator, she finds it her obligation to spend time cooped up in libraries, ignoring the rest of the world. Please help me welcome Madeline Dials.
To be honest, I didn't want to attend Marshalltown Community College. It's hard to admit now that I've been here for 2 years, and especially now that I'm up here in front of you all, speaking at graduation. But the entire summer before starting college, I wanted to puke. As I watched my friends move away to attend four-year university, all I could hear was the whispers from society that told me attending community college would force me to miss out on integral experiences that only a four-year college could bring. Will I have the right career opportunities? Will I have any friends? Is this a big mistake? I was afraid for other reasons too. Prior to attending MCC, I hadn't been in a classroom since 5th grade and was completely out of my comfort zone. I started online and was immediately overwhelmed. Canvas? I thought that was something you painted on, not submitted assignments to. In my first class, composition, my computer was on dark mode. So, of course, I assumed I had to make my text white so my professor could see the words better. Well, naturally, I received a 0 because it looked like I submitted a blank document. In person, though, things were different. When I started the school year in 2023, I was met with culture shock. Because I never went to in-person middle school or high school, I didn't know what the teacher-student dynamic would be like. I heard horror stories from my friends about times they'd gotten into arguments with their dictatorial high school teachers. I quickly found that this was not the case at MCC. College is different, and the relationship is less authoritarian and more of a mentorship. With time, I grew comfortable communicating with my professors, not just about classwork, but about my life, my passions, and my fears for the future in my chosen career field. Each time, I was met with compassion and wisdom. Our Phi Theta Kappa advisors, Cecil and Jen, buy us enough pizza to feed a herd of elephants. But they also drive us hours away to regional conferences, staying the entire weekend as we grow in our leadership skills. Frowine stays after hours to rap with students when we have karaoke. Dr. Ness and Cecil spend their own money to stock and take care of our beautiful honors room. Amy and Emmy take students to Des Moines Con in the summertime so students can dress up as Star Trek characters and spend our personal money on plastic swords. Ramona has worked on the Iowa Sociological Association for years and drives hours just so her students can share their research in the field. Although Chris Breeze is not a professor, I won't even begin to talk about all he does for us. And of course, I can't make this speech without thanking the professors of mine who have taken time out of their days to write thoughtful letters of recommendation for me to succeed as I make my journey onwards past MCC. These are just a few of the sacrifices our staff and faculty make for the students at Marshalltown Community College, and they do not go unnoticed. In the student clubs, I've gotten to know people from all walks of life. I have learned so much from my fellow classmates, all of whom come from different backgrounds and experiences than my own. Sincerely, this school could not succeed without our non-traditional, trade, and international students. The conversations I've had with you all have opened me to a range of diverse perspectives. As I transfer to a private college in New York, I am terrified. Not because I will be away from home, but because I'm worried that my future peers will not live up to the empathy I have been met with here. But mostly, I'm terrified because I've grown so comfortable in this space. I recognize the faces I see in the halls, and I can joke freely with staff and faculty, knowing them by name. Halfway across the world, things may be different, but moving forward, as all of you who are graduating today, whether you will enter the workforce or transfer to another university, I hope you know that at MCC, you have a community to lean back on, not just with the academic stuff, but in everything. Back to those first three questions. Will I have the right career opportunities? Will I have any friends? Is this a big mistake? Marshalltown Community College is a community college for a reason, a place to find your footing. Thank you. Our next speaker is DJ Hamilton. DJ was born in New York and came to MCC in the fall of 2023, where he played basketball as a point guard and majored in liberal arts. DJ made the all-academic team both years he was here at MCC. DJ joined the Honor Society Phi Theta Kappa during his time here with his GPA of 3.7. He plans to transfer to Albertus Magnus College in Connecticut, where he will major in social work with plans to continue to a master's program in social work. Please welcome DJ Hamilton.
Listen here, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. The Yankees are playing right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Yankees fan, and if you're not a Yankees fan, I'm sorry to hear that. Good evening, students, faculty, staff, family, friends, and 2025 graduates. For those who don't know me, my name is Donzel Hamilton Jr., but around campus, I go by DJ. I've had the honor of playing on an MCC men's basketball team for the past 2 years, and today, it's an even greater honor to be standing here as a member of the graduating class of 2025. I come from the Bronx, New York, a place known for its energy, its rhythm, its culture, and yes, its bright lights and nonstop motion. Life in the Bronx is loud, fast, and full of people chasing their dreams. I grew up in that environment surrounded by skyscrapers, subway trains, and the streets that never sleep. So when I packed my things to come to Marshalltown, Iowa to attend MCC, let me tell you, it was a culture shock. I went from a borough of over 1 million people to a small town where everybody knows your name. The street lights here don't glow quite as bright, and the nights are a whole lot quieter. But in that silence, I found something even more powerful: clarity. At first, it was tough. I missed the city sounds, the familiar faces, the chopped cheeses, and the constant energy. But over time, I realized this quiet town was exactly what I needed. One of the most beautiful things about MCC is how diverse the campus is. I've met people from all over the world, representing different cultures, languages, and traditions. And what's even more special is that the people here are willing to share their cultures with you. I've learned so much from my classmates, not just academically, but about how they live, celebrate, and the way they think. And I've also been able to share my pieces of my own story, my Bronx background, and my culture with them as well. That kind of exchange builds connection and respect, and it's something I'll carry with me forever. Marshalltown gave me a space to focus, to grow, and to learn, not just in the classroom, but about myself. One of the biggest surprises here, like me coming here, was joining the RA staff this past year. If somebody told me 3 years ago I'd be an RA, I would have laughed and said, hell nah. But taking on that role pushed me outside my comfort zone and helped me shape into the leader and person I want to become. I gained confidence, patience, and purpose by showing up for others. And if there's anything I've learned, is this: change is a part of life, man. Growth never happens by being in your comfort zone. Like a friend told me once, elevation requires separation. Sometimes you have to be willing to step into unfamiliar circumstances, to be uncomfortable, to figure out who you really are and what you're capable of doing. Coming from the Bronx to Marshalltown, that change forced me to slow down, reflect, and rise to new challenges. And I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. At MCC, I wasn't just a number. I was a person, a voice, a story in progress. I met professors who believed in me, even when I didn't always believe in myself. I met friends who became family. I found a community that saw my potential and helped me grow into it. So today, as I stand here, I carry both places with me: the ambition and grit of the Bronx and the grounding and growth of Marshalltown. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm just as proud of where I've been, and I'm even prouder of where I'm headed. And to my fellow graduates, wherever life takes you next, whether you're going to school on the Northeast Coast like Madeline and I to continue our education, or you're going to UNI like Tanner to get his English degree, or you hop straight into the workforce, never forget that growth can happen anywhere. Never forget that. What matters most is not where you are, but who you are becoming. And don't be afraid to fail along the way. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every stumble, every setback, every no you face, it's just a lesson being learned, prepare you for your next yes. Be bold enough to fall and even bolder to get back up. Success doesn't come from always getting it right. It comes from showing up, learning, and staying in the game, even when things get tough. Don't compare your past to anyone else's. Some of us will take the highway, some of us will take the back roads. But what matters most is that you keep moving forward one step at a time. You've already proven that you can adapt, grow, and rise. So as I conclude my speech, thank you to everyone who's been a part of my journey, from my coaches, to my professors, to my mentors, teammates, friends, and of course, my MCC family. And to my family back home in the Bronx, I hope I'm making you proud. Congratulations, class of 2025, we made it.
As Dean of Academics at MCC, I'm pleased to be presenting our academic honors for this year's graduation. Every year, Iowa honors students across the community colleges that have excelled in their courses of study and campus life. This year, 5 students received statewide acclaim for their work. Please stand while I talk about you. The first one is Matthew Askin. Stand. Matthew has served this year as the secretary of MCC's Phi Theta Kappa chapter of Alpha Iota Rho. Matthew is graduating from our Computer Network Management program and is a very proud father and husband. Good job. And you've heard her before, Madeline Dials. Madeline has served as president of PTK at MCC. She's studying English literature with hopes of working in the publishing industry after she completes her undergraduate studies. As a writer, a reader, and professional procrastinator, Madeline has stated her solemn duty is to spend her time cooped up in libraries, ignoring the rest of the world. Micah Garinger. Micah? Micah is graduating from MCC's Esports Management program and is a varsity competitor in esports. Micah is graduating with distinction of making the Dean's List every semester he's been here. Micah has volunteered his time shoutcasting every esports title at MCC, along with the Iowa High School Esports Association events and the MCC BattleBots competitions. Thank you, Micah. Cannon Craigton previously earned a degree. I don't think he's here tonight. He previously earned a degree in tool and die, then came back to Iowa Valley Grinnell to complete a degree in gunsmith tech. His plan is to work in tool and die while he starts his own gunsmithing business with the intent of building his business into being a full-time gunsmith. In addition to that, he will be getting married this fall and starting a whole new chapter in his life. Cannon has served as president of the Beta Sigma Chi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Good work, Cannon. And last but certainly not least is Micah Ellefson. He's a gunsmith technology major at Iowa Valley Community College, Grinnell, serving as an officer in their Beta Sigma Chi chapter. He has 20 years experience in welding and has been a welding instructor for the past 10 years. He decided to take his background in blueprint reading, machining, and metal fabrication as useful skills for a gunsmith. He's planning to work for an established gunsmith to learn more about the industry, then pursue his own business. He thanks his wife and kids for tolerating him being away from them for most of the past 2 years to pursue this training, and hopes to bring a couple of them into the family business soon. Micah. So these 4 graduates have all been honored as all Iowa scholars, but there are others here who have worked hard to complete their degrees and be here tonight. So if you would stand when I talk about you a little bit. Stand, please, if you're a Phi Theta Kappa member and wearing a gold sash. And would you stay standing? Would you also stand if you are a member of the MCC Honors Program, which is wearing a gold medallion? Also stand if you have a 4.0 grade point average and are wearing a gold cord. See? And stand if your grade point average is 3.5 or higher. And last but not least, please stand if you're still in high school and receiving your degree at MCC before your high school commencement. Now that's really academic honors. Be seated. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Agnich, the current Faculty Senate President here at Marshalltown Community College. Before I get to the reason for me standing in front of you, I want to say a couple things. To all the people up in the stands, thank you for everything that you've done for your graduates. We really appreciate it. I know they do. To the graduates, congratulations. I'd like to thank you for allowing the MCC family, our faculty, to be a part of your life and part of your education, and say, please don't forget us, okay? But now, the real reason I'm in front of you is each year the MCC Faculty Senate has an option to award honorary degrees. This year we've chosen to award an honorary degree to a person that is retiring. Burke Ashen has been an employee at MCC for 41 years. He is mostly worked behind the scenes in our plant service, and Burke is one of the main people to thank for keeping this building running, keeping our facilities going, so that the rest of us can do what we want to do or what we need to do here. So tonight, the MCC Faculty Senate has the pleasure of conferring an honorary Associate of Arts in Et Liberator Meos Calefactio et Refrigeratio to Burke Ashen for all of his dedicated service to MCC. And I'm going to say one more thing, Burke. And for anyone like me whose Latin is a little rusty, okay, that roughly translates to the deliverer of heating and cooling. So, one last time, would everybody join me in thanking Burke for all of his years of service?
Congratulations to those who received special recognition this evening. Let's give them all one last round of applause, please. And now, let's start what most of you have been waiting for. I would like to invite Iowa Valley Community College District President, Dr. Ann Hauser-Boyens, to join me for the presentation of candidates. Will the candidates for Marshalltown Community College certificates, diplomas, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Science, and Associate of Art degrees please rise? I present to you the candidates for MCC certificates, diplomas, Associate of Applied Science degree, Associate of Science degree, and Associate Arts, and I certify on the behalf of the faculty that they have successfully completed the requirements for their respective certificate, diplomas, and degrees.
On recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Iowa and our board of directors, I confer upon each of you the appropriate certificate, degree, or diploma with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
It is now my pleasure to present the members of the graduating class of 2025. Graduates, ushers, please direct the first row to now approach the stage.
Tanner Reiner. Madeline Victoria Dials. Donzel Hamilton, Jr. Jadel Coutinho Cruz. Logan John Anderson. Owen Thomas Eaton. Carson Thomas Snyder. Parker Gooding. Lincoln Ray Barker. Nicholas K.N. Gerard Lucas. Parker Pike. Xander William Stupp. Emmett Lee Petermeyer. Serafine Gonzalez. Brandon Diggins. Carolina Andrea Arcia. Jaden Hill. Antoine Bridget. Harris Gian Uche Fukushima. Ireland Ella Sabetka. Ava Dixon. Kimberly Rodriguez. Holly Ridout Stolzman. Destiny Sao Martinez. Jalen Shaw. Mia Sao Martinez. Shelby Gilliland. Kieran Vandekamp. Cassidy Jean Beckvar Lewis. Katie E. Lozier. Kenley Goodnight. Devin R. Crosser. Tatum Rebecca Ridout. Hill. Eleni Happy. Alexis Little. Columber Baugh. John Maximus Gasper. Emily May Whitty. Ashlyn Ann Johnson. Blake Recker. Wyatt Sharp. Juhaya Barkley. Cody Meyer. Noah W. Felix. Miguel Duran Barajas. Jose Alfredo Martin. Cristian Ibarra. Cesar Sebastián Corona. Jesús Griselda Fuentes. Karen Jasmine Sosa. Leslie Rangel. Jacqueline Perez. Yasmin Moran. Ivan Ramirez. Jessica Garcia. Carrie Campbell. Eileen Michelle Burgos. Olivia Jo Stoll. Kelsey Nilo Deschamps. Vanessa Carolina Medel Chavarria. Devin Morgan. Hayden Walsh. Talia Elizabeth Gallegos. Isaiah Wilder. Anna Maria Smigowska. Landon Stanley. Alyssa Bray. A. Gay. Connor Hugan. Tamara Jamila Mejia. Lei Pa. Eddie Alcocer. Carly Marie Frost. Alexis Markham. Madison Edwards. Michaela Kerber. Landon Wegner. Emma Grace Switzer. Ada McWetch Bogut. Joyce Gufia. CNA Kwe Wo Gay. Kaylee Jo Duden. Mia Rosalie Ag Yunaga. Aristeo Herrera. Nayeli Grimaldo. Joaquin Ramirez Andrade. Jackson Dane Routier. Nui Thaw Pa. A. Su. Theremanos Kie Pe. James Keenan. Adriana Bolshu. Britannia Sina Sainz. Ruby Ana Guzman. Mariana Fonseca. Catherine Avalos. Zulema Alonso. Diana Hernandez Morales. Peyton Wright. Erica Sanchez. Jamie Shaw. Benjamin Saldana Madrigal. Jennifer Aguilera. Elena Davila. Braylee Maureen Kimberly. Riley May Watts. Emily Beatriz Andrade Cepeda. Braden Teed. Jackson Tubbs. Lillian Pearl Harris. Pedro Allen Acosta. Eduardo Matos. Mateus Cardosa da Silva. Giovanna de Carvalho da Silva de Mio. Guilherme Kenji Rocha Nakamura. Ian Francini. Ashley Bryan. Fatima Maravilla. Ruth Noemi Franco Zelaya. Christian Smolt. Marve Leah Harvey. Rain Olivia McElrath. Ava Emily Bringman. Cora Susan Talbert. Antonio Rico Alba. Guillermo Garcia Martinez. Alejandro Ventimilla. José Santiago Quiñones Mutis. Bustos. Genesis Melenciano Carela. Subin Ha. Mara Paloma Gonzalez. Anne Rebecca Downs. Ellie Downs. Allie Fisher. Abigail Caldwell. Eliana Rodink. Guadalupe Mondragon. Stephanie Becerra Hernandez. Giselle Ibarra Rodriguez. Niang Nem. Liseth Castillo. Madeline Ward. Adelina Gettadini. Alexis Eyesu. Natalia Gabriela Martinez. Jennifer Sanchez Martinez. Azucena Mora Montiel. Samantha Zavala Contreras. McLean Simonton. Emma Johnson. Pa Mu. Leila Hermonson de Luna. Lila Hermonson de Luna. Diarita Orozco Beltre. Amalia Elizabeth Ramirez. Maylene Trinity Ramirez. Dayanara Martinez Calderon. Juliana Abigail Juarez. Alec Kwek Atem Aleyu. Araceli Barón. Sofía Ortiz Medina. Jasmine Williams. Marisol Ordaz Buenrostro. Cameron Scott Secra. Natalie Vianney Andrade. Giselle Hernandez Ibarra. Daira Chavez Ordaz. Angelina Ibarra Singh. John Whitaker Gerard. Corey Reynolds. Micah Floyd Geringer. Lisbeth Monge. Sadie Alinas Flanagan. Daisy Rubias Andrade. Diana Silva. Noah Watkins Miller. Paul Novotny. Ryan Goulding. Nathan Jorgensen. Jeffrey Sieverding. Isaac Rangel. Brannon Kent. Miguel Angel Medina. Okay. Brandon Sanchez Yepes. Stephen Avila. Cooper Craig Gilgi. Brandon Gallardo. Fernando Mario Verdines. Fer Hernandez Miranda. Matthew James Ashen. Bethany Joe Thompson. Gina Lytle. Sarah Alejandra Murillo. Madison Cole. Ian Aron Corral Cruz. Kevin Hill. Cristo Jesus Lopez. Preston Marcus Duncan. Andrew Scott Richardson. Fisher Voss. Roberto Amansa. David Monge. Ryder Buffalo. Brianna Jane Doland. Dylan Black. Kyra Borton. Naomi Rivera. Marisol Calderon. Kaylee Kroger. Andrew Nadeau. Bobby Briggs. Courtney Babinette. Regan Smith. Chloe Sawyer.
I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who has played a role in making our commencement ceremony a success, and to offer thanks to family and friends who have supported their graduates. So graduates, faculty, and staff, please join me in providing the valuable at-home support, who provided valuable at-home support, a round of applause. Graduates, please stand. Move your tassels from your right to your left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2025 graduates of Marshalltown Community College.